Savitri was the daughter of Madra king Ashwapati and his wife Malavika. She was beautiful, wise, and pious. Once Savitri attained the age of marriage, she decided to marry Satyavan, son of King Dyumatsena. Dyumatsena was the king of Shalva. He was blind, had lost his kingdom, and was living in forest with his wife and son. At the same time, sage Narada visited Ashwapati's palace when he heard that Savitri was getting married to Satyavan. He told them that Satyavan was destined to die after 1 year of his marriage. The king told his daughter about the curse and asked her to choose someone else. Savitri refused and stood firm on her decision to marry the prince. The king agreed with a heavy heart. The wedding of Savitri and Satyavan took place with a lot of fanfare, and the couple went back to the forest hut. For a whole year, they lived happily. On the last day of the year, Savitri rose early, and when Satyavan picked up his axe to go into the forest to chop wood, she requested him to take her along, and the two went into the jungle. 1 year was about to end, and Savitri was greatly worried that only 4 days were left in her husband's life. She decided to undertake an austere vow of standing at a given place continuously for 3 days without taking food. On fateful day, she worshipped fire god and, after receiving benedictions from the elders, accompanied Satyavan to the forest where he has to go for his usual work. Under a tall tree, he made a seat of soft green leaves and plucked flowers for her to weave into a garland while he chopped wood. Towards noon, Satyavan felt a little tired, and after a while he came and lay down resting his head in Savitri's lap. Suddenly, the whole forest grew dark, and soon Savitri saw a tall figure standing before her. It was Yama, the god of death. I have come to take your husband, said Yama, and looked down at Satyavan as his soul left his body. When Yama was about to leave, Savitri ran after him and pleaded Yama to take her along with him to the land of the dead or give back the life of Satyavan. Yama replied, your time has not yet come, child. Go back to your home. But Yama was ready to grant her any boon except Satyavan's life. Savitri asked, my father in law is blind and has grown feeble. Please grant him sight and health again. Lord Yama granted the boon and asked her to return. Savitri pursued. She said to Lord Yama that he was wise and kind. Meeting a person like him will always enrich one's mind, and people should always be in the company of such people. Moved by these words, Lord Yama granted her another boon, except her husband's life. This time, she asked for restoring her father in law's kingdom. It was granted. She was asked to return. Still, she pursued. Savitri said to Lord Yama that he was the one who made a law of life and death for all beings. You do not interfere with this law, and even you are controlled by it. You are impartial and a merciful God who protects all creatures, cause them no harm in thought, word, or deed, to extend love to all and grant them what they deserve. Lord Yama was impressed and said, Savitri, you are wise and very knowledgeable. I grant you a third boon. Ask for anything except your husband's life. Savitri said, as her parents did not have any child other than her, let them have sons. Lord Yama accepted it, and her boon was granted. Lord Yama continued with Satyavan's life. Savitri still pursued. She continued and said to Lord Yama, O son of Surya, also known as Dharmaraja, the Lord of justice and right behavior, to be in your company is our wish, and it inspires confidence in us. Lord Yama was very happy to hear this and granted her fourth boon. Savitri requested that let she have many children. It was granted. Savitri was very happy to hear this. Savitri continued to Lord Yama and said, "You have given me the boon of having many children, which cannot be fulfilled in my husband's absence." Lord Yama realized that Savitri's devotion for husband had got better of him. Lord Yama freed Satyavan and wished a happy life for both of them. So strong was the single minded love and determination of Savitri that she chose a noble young man for her husband, knowing that he had only a year to live, married him with all confidence. Even the god of death had to relent and bow to her love and devotion.